Hello everyone, it's day 50. I'm at the halfway mark. Today I actually decided to sign up for CS50, the Intro to Computer Science course through Harvard, but I really did it through edX. It's the actually CS50X, it's the free open source version. Apparently the 2021, the new version of it just started, I want to say yesterday. Anyway, the actual class I think was only on like week 1. Class starts at week 0, so I'm not that far behind, but the online one is self-paced anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Although I'm not sure if you can actually go ahead, or do you have to you can't go any further ahead than what the actual class is actually on, but anyway, I'll find out. But yeah, I watched the first lecture. Week 0 was on Scratch. It's a programming language that people at MIT made, kind of like a graphical representation of like for loops and variables and all that. Like you make these little puzzle pieces fit together, and then you can hit play and like a little animation comes up, whatever it is that you end up building. So other things to, of course, talk about in the class were binary number representation, like how to convert an integer to binary and then, reverse, which was interesting just because I had forgotten. So a lot of it was like a good refresher for a lot of key concepts. But anyway, overall, the lecture was actually pretty interesting considering it was 2 hours long, but I didn't get bored at all. Made some good notes, and yeah. The homework for that class is to make your own, what do you call it? Not stripe, sprite. Create your own sprite, and he has like a bunch of conditions that you have to meet or whatever. Then you have to make like a 1-minute video introducing yourself and post it. And the course is linked to GitHub, so when you submit it somehow through a link, supposedly like it goes to like an automatic checker and they'll like give you feedback on your work or whatever. But anyway, we'll see. I probably could have implemented the homework today, but I kind of wanted to go into the Odin project into something else. I'll probably save that project for the weekend, maybe. Actually, no, that's a lie, because I'm probably going to be busy this weekend. But anyway, I'll save it for another day. My goal, though, is not to just do one course a week, though, because that's incredibly slow. Probably one a day is probably a bit much, but like maybe one like every other day, every 3 days or so. It's like 12 courses? No, it's not that many. Anyway, it's not that many classes, but anyway, we'll see how it goes as you get more into it. Aside from that, I did Execute Program. Supposedly it's a course, but it's really just a bunch of exercises on a certain topic. I picked JavaScript arrays that I'm talking about. It's one thing I need more practice in or whatever, especially when you get to like the more difficult ones like map and reduce and all that. But anyway, it's like 200 some exercises just on arrays and any kind of different ways or whatever. I thought like the beginning ones would be simple, but like it actually is a little tough. Like it was one question like I could not figure out. I had to just put it in Visual Studio Code and like look at the console to see what was going on or whatever. But it's neat just seeing like what else you can do with array functions, just because like I feel like people go into detail with map and filter and reduce, but like every and some, like they have their own unique use cases, I guess. So anyway, definitely interested in that. They also have a regex one, which after I finish the arrays, I'll probably do that just because I definitely am terrible at regex. But yeah, then I went back to the Odin project. I'm on ES6 modules. It started out giving us a bunch of articles to read. One of them, though, was like a tutorial, not a tutorial, but like ties into all the like extra stuff that has evolved into using JavaScript over the years. It was called, what was it? Modern JavaScript Explained for Dinosaurs. He just talked about like how third-party libraries, NPM package managers, Webpack, transpilers, task runners, with an NPM script, deb server, live reload, like how all that came to be a thing and like why it's a thing and like how each one like revolves around the other. So that was interesting to see it. I started the restaurant page project for the Odin project, and man, that Webpack tutorial. It was like 5 pages. You kept scrolling. It was a lot. It's a whole lot of commands that you have to do, which I was fairly familiar though with npm just because I've been using Sass. So I have the Node Sass where you have to use Node to compile your code anyway. It's like that part of it I was familiar, but like when you got the Webpack config file, like we had to keep going back, copy this, copy and paste. Like I definitely am gonna go back tomorrow, do the tutorial over, and like write down all the steps, just like I had to do with Git, the Git workflow. Like that took me a minute to get everything down without having to look it up every time or whatever. I did start the page though. The interesting thing about this project is you're not making the HTML and well, that's a lie. The HTML file is literally just a div and that's all that you put in it. You dynamically create the whole website in JavaScript or whatever. I guess kind of like what React would do, I'm assuming. Which is a little awkward because I'm just used to writing it in HTML and then being able to style in CSS and like just instantly see how it's going to be. But like you have to dynamically create it first and then go back and make sure like you named everything right and put everything in the right container and then go back and style it or whatever. But you know, I just didn't want to start or really get that deep into it because one, I have to go back to all those Webpack commands because I just don't remember them all. So that's something I want to start like the beginning of the day or whatever, and then see how far I can get with that. Then later today, I went back to execute program and did a couple more exercises in that just because, but I went grocery shopping. So by the time I got back, I didn't want to really like start anything new or anything like that. I take it with my portfolio I'm working on a little bit. It's this like cool animation that I found on one of my Udemy courses that I was trying to recreate without looking at it. So I got almost there. But anyway, I'm gonna have to look back and see like the little ending part what he did because I don't remember that part. But yeah, slowly but surely it's coming along. But yeah, day 50, pretty eventful day. So like I said, I'm at the halfway mark. So we'll see what the rest of these days hold. But yeah. Good progress so far.